What up, man?
Music
I know. I was thinking about that. We still didn't do anything.
never builds.
Yeah.
Hold up. I am looking at. Says we got nobody watching on Twitch, but I think that's a lie, Chip.
Let's see here. I looked at it. It shows 2 or 3.
You know, I was looking at our comments and stuff after our last stream. It seems like we missed some comments on Facebook that don't seem to come through to our little chat here.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal with that is, but
I don't know. But yeah, as of right now, I don't see any. Like, I can't even tell if anyone's on.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So how you been?
Not bad. You?
Pretty good. It's like getting super hot down here already. It's like in the 90s.
It's hot here too, but hot here is like mid 80s.
Yeah. What's up, Jen Ann? Mrs. Carroll now.
Jen Ann.
I would love to
Child.
play. I would love to play some shows.
Yeah.
Dallas definitely included.
It's a goal. Just got to get to the United States of Americas, the USNA.
Yep.
USNA, which is supposed to be. Actually, I just found out that I can potentially get my vaccine sooner.
Nice.
So I might try to do that, even though calling those places is a complete joke. So I don't know.
Would it be better to just go?
I
Y'all are
don't
still
know,
pretty
maybe.
locked down, huh?
No, that actually ends tomorrow.
Right on. How
Well,
how are how are things going?
like, what do you mean?
Like when you go out much or
Do I know? I can't. Nothing to do.
yeah. But like groceries or essential shopping, is that the deal?
I usually just get curbside at this point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be like the first, like, opening up. So it's like 15% capacity and stuff like that.
15?
Yeah.
Damn.
But they're also making it so if you have the vaccine, they haven't announced this yet, but they said they're going to do it where if you have the vaccine, you don't have to do the COVID hotels.
Nice.
So hopefully by the time I come back, that'll all be completely done.
Nice.
So
And are we gonna play in Toronto?
Toronto, we did a show in Toronto once and it did not go too well. I've done a lot of shows in Toronto and none of them have been. No, I've done a couple that were all right.
So oddly enough, like though you're from that area, like not a big following in Toronto.
No, not a big following anywhere in Canada that I know of.
Yeah.
And even based on like even in the EB days, the charts and stuff, like I think we got up to like 23 or so on the Canadian chart. But our record sales there were like like a few thousand, whereas in the US we were, a few 100,000.
Yeah.
But I mean, first of all, Canada's way smaller, and secondly, their music scene is not anywhere close to what we would. We even were on the like the Edge is the big Toronto station. We were like nominated for their local award. We played their show, but no, nobody cared who we were. I don't know how. It was probably just label. It was probably just the label working label magic to even make any of that happen. So,
Yeah.
like, we need a rock band to give us a little bit of cred. I think they've given up on that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to play wherever we could, get a decent show together. You know what I mean? But
Plus, the other problem is the getting you guys here and
yeah,
the legalities of it.
yeah, yeah. They don't make it easy.
No,
It's like, look, don't worry.
everyone.
We're not coming here to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, we're gonna lose money First of all, we'll lose money.
Yeah,
So
we're doing more for you
yeah, this is
than you are for.
stimulate.
Yeah, we're gonna be buying your gas, eating your food.
First of all, we're a band, so everybody involved will probably make some money except us.
Yeah, yeah, and they'll all be locals.
Yeah. Oh man. Classic. I mean, that's even back in the EB days when we were touring. Our crew was making more than we were ever making.
Yeah,
Like by multiples.
yeah. Like
Like
you're
my
like
tour manager was
you're
making
borrowing money from the guitar tech because he's like
our tour
bringing.
manager was making probably 5 times what I made.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Yeah. It's everyone cashing in on your dreams.
Yeah.
Except you. They'll always just be your dreams and everyone else will just get your money.
Yeah, yeah. Tried to cash the checks. It
And they're just
bounced.
like, no, you guys are just keep following your dreams, man.
Yeah. I wish I could just figure out where they're going and meet them there.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man.
Dude, so like I've been really getting into the camera stuff. Like I was like really hesitant to ever start because I wanted it to be high production value
Yeah.
and I didn't know where to begin.
Yeah.
But man, I've been having fun with it.
You ready to make the movie now?
Yeah? We talked about this before, right?
Well, I don't know. Now it's starting to sound weird.
The movie idea you have.
Yeah, but now you're smiling, so it makes me feel like you're thinking something weird.
No, it's not weird.
Yeah, I'll make that movie one day.
Yeah. No, it's fun, man. And then like working with Final Cut, it's kind of something new to learn.
Yeah, I would like to switch, but the problem is that I need Photoshop too, and it's like
Yeah.
you have one. That's what these companies do. They get you in their ecosystem, and then
Yeah, you're kind of.
they make it so it's too expensive to kind of have two different systems.
Yeah. So I was like, there's not an Apple photo. There's not like an Apple Lightroom, right?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything. There's like a cheap Photoshop called I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like the what's the Pro Tools one that's free? Reaper.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the Photoshop equivalent of Reaper to Pro Tools. There's
Yeah.
a Photoshop version, but I don't know if GIMP. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But if you're in the Photoshop, I mean, I've been using Photoshop forever. I could probably figure it out, but I don't know. I tried using GIMP for a while, and it's fine, but
Yeah, that's why I started with Final Cut is because like I didn't want to do the subscription program,
yeah.
and I didn't know if I was going to be using it like how often, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Well, my first thing I learned was Final Cut 7. So it's quite a bit different now, though. But
Yeah.
then I switched to Premiere and that's what I use now.
yeah. Yeah, we had that on my computer for a little while.
The thing that annoys me about Photoshop is I don't think you can just buy it. That's the thing that annoys me.
Yeah.
Like if I could just buy Photoshop and then just buy Final Cut,
Yeah.
that's fine. And then if you make your program good enough to where it entices me to buy it again with some updates, then I'll do so. Like After Effects and Premiere, those have done some pretty big upgrades, so they're worth having too. But
Yeah, and I mean like the old model of you get like a reduction depending on how far you're jumping. Like if it's a single generation upgrade, like $100 or $200,
yeah.
and then anything that's more than two
Right.
2 versions old, but whatever. Yeah, it sucks. Everyone's going that way though.
Yeah. No, it's tough it sucks for people who used to just buy programs because now I just have to always be paying for it.
Yeah. It's like it punishes the casual user. you know?
Yeah.
Because like if
And
you're using it every day, the subscription's not that big a deal, I don't think.
well, if you're using it to make money,
Yeah, that's what I'm
then
saying.
sure, yeah, it makes sense to spend, it's like 350 $60 a year, I think, give or take.
Yeah.
Actually, I think here it's like $50 for this Adobe one or whatever.
Yeah.
Like $600 a year. And back in the day when I bought it, I think I paid $1,200 for the whole suite.
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way, good job, companies.
It's everything now.
Yeah. So anyway, uh, what's on the docket? I got some stuff here to talk about.
Yeah.
A few things. We're gonna talk about Chris Cornell. Did you saw the documentary thing?
Yes.
First of all, how crazy is that? That documentary is pretty well done, I think. What do you think?
It was. I mean, I wasn't as stoked on the. I mean, I liked the content. I'm a big Cornell fan.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it.
Cornell, the university, or
Have you heard of it?
the Ivy League? It's pronounced Colonel.
uh, it was all right though. I mean, I thought like really the collection of interviews and stuff were more interesting than the narration.
Mm-hmm.
But
Um, yeah. So we're
and
gonna
I thought it
talk
was
about.
kind of weird that it was like called Audio Slave, and it literally like the whole thing took them up to like 1998, and then it was like, oh, and then he had Audio Slave, and now he's gone.
They didn't even really mention that though. That's
It,
why I had to watch that other video afterwards
yeah.
because it was like, yeah, you got to this certain point and then you just stopped.
Well, I could appreciate because Kels watched it with me, and she said the same thing, and I was like, man, I could appreciate them not going into the to his passing. Like, I'm fine with that, with it
Yeah.
focusing on the music and stuff, because like that's how I'd want him to be remembered.
Yeah.
But
Did they even really mention the passing? I mean, I feel
mean,
like they didn't.
they opened up with it,
Yeah.
you know, like that his life was cut short. He had taken
Yeah.
his life, but yeah, it was really like a after they got to Soundgarden breaking up and him writing his solo record, it just kind of skipped to the end.
Yeah. Well, when it first started, I thought it was gonna be only Audio Slave.
I did too. That's so funny. I was like, oh no, is this just about Audio Slave?
Yeah. It's like, but yeah, no, it was. It was pretty thorough for the first bit, yeah. But yeah, that didn't really go too much into Audio Slave stuff.
Which, speaking of, like when Audio Slave came out, man, I was like, I had, pirated some of the demos. I was super stoked on that. I was a huge Rage fan, huge Chris Cornell fan. I could not wait to hear what they like were cooking up, because it
Yeah.
was like kind of hyped up for a while before they actually did the
Yeah.
recording sessions. And so like I remember like getting some of the stuff off of, I think it might have still been Napster back then, or maybe it was LimeWire, but downloading some of their demos that got leaked and just being like so stoked on that band.
Yeah. Were they before Velvet Revolver? Was Audio Slave before Velvet Revolver?
I think so.
Yeah. I would guess so. That was when they had those super bands, I guess you could call them.
Yeah.
Even though I think it was really just those two.
Well, there was another one that wasn't as popular, Army of Anyone.
Who was that?
It was here.
Who was the singer?
It was Richard Patrick,
Oh, okay.
and then it had the two brothers from STP, and then Ray Luzier, who I think went on to drum with Korn. I think he's their like touring drummer, or was at one point. I'm pretty sure.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, he became a full-time member. Whoa, he became a full-time member in 2009.
Yeah, I remember that being forever ago.
Yeah.
So, do you remember what your first Soundgarden song you ever heard was?
It would have been, that'd be tough to say. It goes back pretty far.
Yeah. Well, do you think it was from Super Unknown or?
I think it was Rusty Cage, and I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I I got something here for you, Jim. You got that comment? Mine was Jesus Christ Pose. That was the first song I remember that, and I didn't like that song
I
that
didn't like
much.
that one either. Yeah, my first reaction was not good.
But my first time that I heard them, and I was like, and I'd actually, because I'm actually not a huge fan of them in general,
Yeah,
but Spoon Man was the first song I ever heard by them, and I was like, I really like this song.
yeah,
That's when I kind of, and I bought that record. That record's really good.
yeah. Is that Super Unknown?
Yeah, Super Unknown.
Yeah, that album is so good.
That's their best album, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Like half of their greatest hits are from that record.
Yeah. So, um,
Jeez. So anyway, what was I
he's a lot
saying?
older than I thought. 'Cause he was born in 1964.
Cornell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude aged well.
So, um, and he started doing drugs at 12, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Reminded me of like
Um,
Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, no, that's super.
But yeah, I know we've had this discussion before because you've told me that you like weren't a big. I don't know if you're not a big Cornell fan or just not a big Soundgarden fan.
Well, yeah, I mean, more. I guess all in general. I don't. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan at all of any. I mean, I had Super Unknown. I think that's a great album, but then after that, I kind of just whatever.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, I thought this documentary was interesting. I thought it was, and then I watched that little thing afterwards. It just kind of had his wife talking about it. I thought that was super
yeah,
sad.
yeah. No, for
Um,
like it was really crazy to me. Like when I heard about him, I mean, I didn't believe it.
mhm.
Like it, not that I thought it was. I mean, at first I did think maybe it was a hoax, or I was hoping, because you get that from time to time. But yeah, it just didn't make sense because he just seemed, I mean, but again, does it ever?
Yeah, it's the way they describe, like the way she describes in the, because I didn't know much about it either. I mean, I just kind of heard suicide. That's it. Drug stuff maybe, but in that one interview with his wife when she's talking about how it all happened, like how he got back on to drugs and stuff, was pretty depressing. Like that's a sad, if that's how it all went down, it's pretty sad
Yeah,
to be like clean, I guess, for quite a while, and then a doctor misprescribes you something, and then that's it. That's unfortunate, really. um,
yeah. Well, hey, thanks for checking in, Russell. Have a good workout. Yeah, no, that whole, I mean, losing Chester and then Chris. I mean, I think when we talked about whether it was Soundgarden or Cornell, I'm a huge fan because I think at his good, like he's about as good as it gets.
hmm
But I think that Soundgarden was really experimental, and maybe this is my nice way of putting it, made as many bad songs as they did good. I mean, that's my
hmm
opinion. Yeah, there may be people who can listen to all of their records from start to finish. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
Uh, Even Super Unknown has songs that I don't like. Um,
Yeah.
so while I think that and I went through and made some of my my favorite moments or performances or whatever, like favorite Cornell moments.
hmm
But like the great is just like the good is amazing. Like it's great. You know what I mean? And it's either amazing or I can't listen to it. That's how I am
Yeah.
with Cornell. And like even his like the solo stuff, like there's like a few songs on his solo records that I like, but I mean, outside of that, like it's either great or to me unlistenable.
Yeah. I don't think I knew any of his solo stuff. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, well, what do you think Soundgarden's biggest song is? What do you think there'd be if they were summed up in one song that was their biggest one? What would you think? What would you say it is?
I would say Black Hole Sun.
Yeah, that's what I said too. That
Not
song was played so much.
Yeah. I mean, and rightfully so. It's amazing. Like it's like you can be sick of it, you can be tired of it, uh, but that song's unbelievably good.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely sick of that song, but yeah,
Yeah, I
I
am
guess
too.
it got so. I feel like it got so played in Canada, whereas
No, I did hear too. Like
yeah,
it's been played to death, but that doesn't like they didn't choose
yeah, they
that.
didn't, yeah,
You know, they didn't pick that. The song didn't do that. Like it just people have done it. It's an amazing song.
yeah,
Not my favorite song of his or of theirs, but I think it sums them up.
yeah. No, it definitely I think would be their biggest, probably most known song.
Yeah.
Um, no, I thought it was interesting the whole how he didn't want to sign with a major label. That was pretty cool. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, that they like for so long too.
And they did
I
the
didn't realize that that lineup was playing in 84.
yeah, no, that's I didn't realize
I
that
was like,
either.
shit, man.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
that's
nuts.
part's great. It's didn't because they were didn't feel like they were so that old, and especially in that era, and
Yeah.
they're playing that kind of music. I don't feel like that would have been
Wow. You think about like what was on the radio at that point?
yeah total hair metal. Wasn't hair metal big then?
Yeah, yeah, hair metal, but also like think about all the like really, really poppy 80s
Oh
synthesizer, like
yeah,
everything
yeah,
being synth based, all the
yeah.
80s tech poppy stuff. But
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the whole Nine Inch Nails coming out from that,
yeah,
late '80s or whatever.
yeah, I think Head Like a Hole came out in like 88 or something. It's like,
That's crazy too.
yeah, dude, nuts. Like so ahead of its time. We can talk about that on another one though.
Um, it was interesting that they did their demo on a 4 track. Have you ever recorded on a 4 track?
Hmm.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I still have one.
do you?
Hmm.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah, they don't sound good.
Now and you gotta like figure out ways to. These comments, but, you gotta figure out how to like maximize your tracks and dump them down and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something most people aren't gonna ever experience in their
Yeah,
lives. Is
that's
four
dumb.
track recording.
Yeah, taking a 4, bouncing it to 1 and having 3 more to work with.
Yeah, and especially having a 4 track and getting signed off of it.
Dude, yeah, that's a whole nother. But you know, like I feel like during that period of time when you have like such a restraint, like like we talked about this before, like access was very controlled for recording studios and like the ability to record, short of doing a shitty 4 track. So
Yeah,
if you're a producer or an like an A&R guy, like you're used to looking for something that you can take. So like if someone had a shitty song and it was
Mm.
like extremely well produced, you're like, nah, dude, this is a finished product and it's garbage and there's nothing I can do with it. But
Yeah,
if you hear something there that's like a great song, you're like, well, I know what I can do with this. I can take them to a good producer and a good studio. There's something there. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? I still have some tracks from 4 tracks that I did back when I was my first band ever. So one of them actually sounds not too bad, but it's
Yeah.
literally just like acoustic and vocal.
I was gonna say there's like hella room noise in everyone I've ever like it
Yeah,
sounds like it's in a being done in like like a metal storage tin or something. You know what I mean?
yeah. I should find that, and it's like it's literally the first song I ever wrote and sang
Nice.
and I have that recording somewhere.
Dude, speaking of that, like this first thing you sang, like how funny is that when he was like, yeah, so like I'm at the rehearsal and like I just figured out I have this range because I'm just like
Yeah,
singing and I hit this note and then I like hit it, like try to go higher and then I scream and then the next day, like I can't break up. I'm hitting the same, like,
yeah. He's hitting notes instead of screaming.
yeah, it's
No, he's definitely got huge range.
like how amazing would that be to be like grown and be
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I can sing.
I'm super talented. Well,
Like
it's funny because his mom bought him a snare drum. I thought that was
that
pretty
was
funny.
hilarious, dude.
Like, what
Kelsey
do you do?
even Kelsey was like, before I could even get it out, she was like, a single snare drum?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could, in theory, do stuff with that. But man, that makes me think about when I was a kid. Me and my buddy wanted a drum set so bad, and we're like poor kids, right? We don't have money to buy a drum set, and I just remember our whole pursuit in life was somehow to get a drum
Between the
set.
two of you.
Between the two of us, somehow figure out a way to get a drum set, and we just never could. We just never were able to get this drum set to play on.
Hey, what's the name of the documentary?
Audio Slave. I just put an Audio Slave documentary. It's by. Let me see.
Dude, we've got comedians in the YouTube chat, bro.
It's by Raw Music TV on YouTube.
Yeah.
How does this guy keep coming back? Put you guys in a timeout if you're gonna be pornographic shit. You don't know who that is, dude.
I don't, man.
It's hilarious. Yeah, this actually channel on YouTube, they've actually got a bunch of these kinds of things, so we could always use them as like a stepping off and talk about other things. But let's see some of my other notes here.
Dude. Oh, go ahead. I had
Yeah.
another funny thing that I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right. So at one point in time, you've got Cornell and Kim Thiel talking about how they're not grunge music. That whole quote is hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, we're not a part of grunge. It's not a genre. It's not a scene. It's not a movement. Right. And then Kim Thiel's like, I mean, yeah, we like knew these artists and we influenced them and they influenced us. And we have like a similar sound. We're like a part of a community. But
not grunge.
Yeah, but we didn't give it that name. It's like, it's a genre. Like, y'all have a sound. You can't.
Yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, what's up, Lee?
I didn't know they were the ones that started it.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't have thought them. I always kind of thought. I mean, I guess I knew who Soundgarden was before, but.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's tough to really say. I feel like I don't know that anybody started it, and like, I mean, you had Alice in Chains playing in the same time period, and I think that they may have gotten bigger. I mean, but what do you define as breaking, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like they were the first one with like a platinum. I could be wrong. I need to see who was the first one to sell a platinum record.
No, I thought it was interesting. Or
a gold record.
Interesting and typical that the fans got all mad when they went to a major label.
Yeah. How dare they try to get some success to...
What a weird thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how it goes, man.
Yeah. Dude, how does this guy keep regenerating, man? He's like the
Is there more? I'm not even looking at that.
He's like I don't know what he's like. It's like my Facebook feed. Every time I block somebody that's saying horrible things, 5 more pop up.
I didn't even see that one. Maybe you can fill me in later. Dude. Another one?
Yeah, this guy's got I don't know how he's got so many accounts. Seven Dust. Anyway, looking at my notes here. I thought it was super weird that they toured with Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, that's kind of a changing of the guard, man.
Yeah, that exactly.
Because that's definitely like the end of their career, that era.
That era?
For Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. That was
after Use Your Illusion.
No, I'm saying like it was not long, and they straight plummeted to nothing. And Soundgarden and the Seattle Sound, like they're crossing paths. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, because if I recall, just from like following them as a kid, Guns N' Roses had a pretty quick and spectacular fall from grace. I mean,
they did. They went from that Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and then I don't think they had that Spaghetti album, which always grossed me out. And not grossed me out, I just thought the cover was really off-putting. And then that was it. And
Yeah.
I don't think that record did anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that you're right though. That cover art is a little off-putting.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Dude, I flipped over to look at Guns N' Roses and you blocked another one.
Yeah, because it's just never ending.
Is it the same shit?
Yeah, same weirdness.
Dude.
Um,
They've been preparing for this. This is going to be an ongoing problem.
yeah, so weird.
Love it.
It's a weird thing to prepare for. Oh man. So yeah, then they start Audioslave. What did you think of Audioslave when it finally came out?
I liked it. I think that first album is probably the most solid record he's ever done.
Yeah, I remember hearing it a ton. And I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think the riff on the what is the song? Save Yourself? Or no. What was the first big song?
Cochise?
Is that what it's called?
Doom doo 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 doo.
Yeah, that one.
Doo 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 doo.
Well,
I've been watching. Yeah, dude, I think that whole record's solid, man. Like, so Kelsey is a bigger Audioslave fan than Soundgarden, and I really can't choose. But I think that like Audioslave made better albums start to finish, but I think Soundgarden had like the songs that stand the test of time type of like great song. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Fell on Black Days is
Yeah.
like I will forever love that song.
Well, actually, this comment here that they actually pretty much say this in the little documentary here. They say about how grunge was mostly just like a Seattle.
Yeah.
The DJs and people put on so they could file the record somewhere in the record store and sell magazines. They actually say a lot of that stuff in this video. So, so how many albums did Audioslave have? Oh, I guess they think they said 3, 2 or 3. Chip.
What's that?
Audioslave.
3 that I know of. You had the first record, which I think was just self-titled, and then Out of Exile, and then Revelations. And I think they broke up before they got a chance to really tour to support Revelations.
Oh, really? Because he did a weird song with Timbaland too, or something like that.
Was that Long Gone? Was that a Timbaland song?
I don't know.
That was a solo.
Part of Me or something.
I don't know if I've heard that.
You probably have. Anyway, yeah, no, it was interesting. It's I liked this whole attitude of, he actually turned down major labels. I mean, that's what he said. I don't know what that actually was, but that's pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
And then that video we watched after that just kind of had a little bit more of it. Just that makes the whole ending of everything with him a lot more sad. Just that. Well, they talk about in the documentary too. The whole time he's dealing with depression, like it never seems to stop.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's just in itself kind of a bummer that he's had this huge career and how much he can actually enjoy of it, right?
Yeah.
But then they also think the drug stuff was more involved with the whole suicide thing. So either way, pretty sad thing. And of course, when that happened, I remember seeing so many, just the awful side of social media, just trash and all kinds of stuff, right, that you see.
Yeah.
But, it's a strange way to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I could talk for an hour about my lack of understanding
of social media trolling and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't even think it's trolling, dude. I think it's people are really just that shitty sometimes. Not everybody. I'm not saying people in general, but certainly there's the capacity.
Yeah, no, there's definitely people out there that just say awful things, and it's like, if it's trolling, you could troll like sports, right? You can control or troll lots of stuff, but
Yeah.
something like that is just such a huge lack of empathy and understanding. Just and it's kind of mind blowing that you can see that kind of stuff.
Well, and I had to have
And you
this
just put it all in the
conversation.
public, right? You just put it all in the public eye, and obviously you can hide behind. Well, it used to be that you could hide behind like a name on YouTube or whatever, but now on Facebook, Facebook's just as bad. And you got your whole name. It's like your profile picture, you sitting up there with your grandma, and you're saying like the most awful things
Yeah.
that you could possibly say on. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, and I had this conversation with someone the other day about how like some people will joke about things that are like really crazy to joke about,
Hmm.
but like it's funny. And like I don't know how to explain why someone can, like Dave Chappelle, for example, could joke about something that's inappropriate.
Hmm.
But like there's people who are just assholes, and I just want to be like, you're not, like, it's not funny. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how to tell you how to be funny, but you're just being an asshole. You're not being
Yeah, I
funny.
don't even know if they're trying to be funny half the time.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the
Hmm.
difference. Like if it's funny, it's funny. But some people are just assholes.
Yeah, 4chan. But yeah, no, now it's everywhere.
It is the default way to interact online. It's like if someone doesn't agree, like it's immediate. Like it's because they're a member of the opposite political party. So
Yeah.
like you immediately attack them, and then you click on their name, and then you like attack their significant other for, you know, not being pretty enough or having crooked teeth, or
Yeah.
like, dude, I've seen people go to some horrible extremes, like calling out like their children. And
Yeah.
that it's like, what is wrong with you? This is over like not agreeing on what aftermarket battery is best for a Canon.
Yeah. Dude, sports is like one of the most crazy places because I'll go onto like a sport page after your team loses or whatever, and you'll see these comments that are just ridiculously crazy. And I'll click on the profile picture, and it's like a little old lady. It's like white haired, saying just the biggest trashy stuff.
Dude, those are some of my favorite Twitter accounts.
What?
It's like pretends to be an
Oh,
old lady talking shit at a retirement home,
yeah. I
or
mean, who knows if it's real or not?
no, I think that's just some comedian or, you know, self-proclaimed comedian. But
All the old people? No, I think there's some pretty crappy old people out there.
yeah, no, I'm talking about like there's some Twitter
Oh
accounts that
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the old lady who's like talking shit. It's funny.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some. What a weird world. We were talking about it earlier today, and all the things that you can choose to say and do when you're just talking total trash everywhere. Just insane. And everyone's just like, "Oh, I'm entitled to say it. I've got my freedom to say whatever I want." It's like, yeah, well, freedom's a big responsibility. Why don't you kind of use it for something half decent?
Right.
It's like there's people who aren't free, and they probably, if they got free, the first thing they would do is not go on the internet and call you like a simp because you think a girl's pretty.
Did I tell you about Kelsey and her mom Facebook group?
No.
Dude, so she's in this like huge mom Facebook group, and it's thousands, like probably like a few thousand, maybe 6,000 moms or something. Like it's pretty big. And this one mom was like, "Hey, quick question, girls. Like, what is a simp? My son got called a simp by some girl at school."
She
And
got called by everyone. That's the best.
right, so Kelsey's like, "I don't know what to say, but like somebody put that just means a handsome young man or something." And she's like, "I don't know if I should tell her." I'm like, "Stay out of it."
That's funny. That's one I see all the time now. I think that's actually a pretty funny word.
Dude, it's so funny.
Um, all right, you want to talk about your top 5 Chris Cornell tunes
Yeah, I
or
do.
whatever?
Yeah, or my top 5 whatevers.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What's your number 5?
Dude, it's really tough to do them in rank them.
So
Okay.
are yours not just songs, or I'm guessing you have a live. I know you have a live performance on there.
I do have a live performance because I think it's absolutely amazing and it makes
But the rest are like songs, right?
the rest are songs.
All right. So what's your? I know it's not in no particular order, but I guess
All right,
what is
I'm
your
gonna
number
try
five?
to put them. I'm gonna try to put them in order.
All right. Well, I'll do my number 5 then.
Okay, go ahead.
Let Me Drown,
Oh,
which
not
is
on,
like
not
I
on
think
mine.
that's the first song on Super Unknown.
Nice.
I didn't even know it was called that until today, because I do not. Yeah, that's the first song on that album. Good song. Whatever.
Yeah. All
Check
right.
it out if you haven't.
My number 5 is The Day I Tried to Live.
Yeah, I have that one too. Definitely have that one, but
And it's tough to call it like it's really tough to rank them.
oh no, I don't have that one. So go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead. It's a good song though.
Yeah, I love that song. It's got a really cool like verse groove to it. I just love that. And also,
Yeah.
it changes timing, which like a lot of people might not pick up on, but
When
it's
does
cool.
it change time?
A couple times. Like it'll have like a 4/4 and then a 2/4.
Oh really?
Yeah. But dude, Soundgarden did a lot of weird timing changes and odd meter. They don't
And
like
didn't they do weird tunings too? I think.
yeah, open tunings and sometimes Chris and Kim wouldn't even be in the same tuning. So you'd
I remember getting a tab for some stuff, and I was like, I don't know what any of this is, because that was
yeah.
before my open tuning understanding. All right, my number 4 is Outshined, which is probably one of the only older songs I like by them.
Yeah, that one didn't make the list, but it was certainly in my consideration. I love that song too.
Good song. So number 4, Chip.
My number 4 is What You Are off of the first Audio Slave record.
Was that a single?
No.
No. It's too bad we can't play any of these, but
I know. Now I'm free
I'll make a
from
list.
what you want. I can't sing like Chris, so I shouldn't try.
Yeah, probably a few people can.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing now? Well, that was your what number?
That was my 4. What's your 3?
My Wave. You know that song? Don't go over here, piss on my gate.
What album is that on?
That's on the Super Unknown. It's in song 2.
Shit, that may be one I skipped.
No, Chip, you can't skip My Wave. Don't come over here, piss on my gate. That's my Chris Cornell impersonation. What do you got for whatever your number, whatever we're on?
My number 3?
Yeah.
Is Black Hole Sun.
Black Hole Sun. That didn't make my list.
Yeah. Just like that was one of the first ones that I like just listened to over and over on the CD. I loved that song. I mean, I eventually got like everyone else. It got overplayed because of radio and stuff. But
yeah, I think that's the detriment to it, because I like that song, but man, I've heard that song way too many times now. And the video I didn't really like the video for it. It's too weird. All right, what was that for you? Your number?
That was 3.
So I'm on my number 2.
2.
Fell on Black Days.
I have that as well.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
What number?
Number 1.
Oh, we'll wait and talk about it then. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Say Hello to Heaven.
That's not what I was expecting. Well, where's the live thing?
Oh, I was just gonna list it separately.
So what is that song?
The live one?
No, the one you just said. Because I don't know a lot.
Say Hello to Heaven. Yeah. So that's off of the album that they dedicated to Andy Wood from Mother Love Bone. That's Temple of the Dog.
Oh, it's a Temple of Dog song?
Dude, the vocal performance in that song is ridiculous. It could be his most impressive vocal work. It is amazing.
I only know the
Hunger Strike
from that.
Dude, check out Say Hello to Heaven. It is
putting it on the playlist. Chip.
So good.
Did they play it in that documentary? Because they played a couple songs.
I I don't know if they played it. They may have played the guitar part, but I don't. Oh, you know what? They played a piece of it, like a short clip.
Yeah.
Say hello to heaven.
All right. So my number one is My number one is Spoon Man. I just love that song.
Dude, did you ever?
The groove of that song.
Dude, Shadow on the Sun is amazing too. Like I had a really hard, I knew I had to pick one song from that record, but I wasn't sure which one I was gonna pick. But Shadow on the Sun was definitely like, it's like one of those songs would have been my number 4. So like I'm with you on that one. That's amazing, dude. It's really hard to pick.
What, Spoon Man? Oh no, you're talking about something else.
Yeah, I'm talking to Ziegfeld, if that's right, in the comments.
Ziegfeld.
But did you ever watch Eastbound and Down?
So I saw the first season.
So he was like, I had fucking Spoon Man from the Soundgarden videos at my barbecues. My barbecues were the shit.
He had the actual Spoon Man.
Yeah. He's just telling the story. Like you don't actually see it. He's like, back when I was in Seattle, my barbecues were the shit. I had fucking Spoon Man from the Soundgarden videos.
Dude, I'm a big fan of that riff.
Dude, that's a cool riff.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
What was the other songs? I'm gonna put it on this playlist.
And then my number 1 was Fell on Black Days.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Dude, I remember visiting. So I used to live in Arkansas, and one summer I went back to visit some of my friends, and dude, we listened to that CD like over and over and over and over and over and over. And that song was just like I couldn't stop listening to it. And oddly, like the year before Chris passed, I took Kelsey for our anniversary, or it's either our anniversary or her birthday, but I took her to Austin and we saw him perform live acoustic at the Austin City Limits venue. And because I was like, trying to treat her, I got the best tickets I could like scalp or whatever. We were like 6th row, and I have some pictures, I think, from that show, but dude, he was on. I mean, I've seen some videos where live he's like not on, but that was not the case on this one.
So is that the only time you've ever seen him live?
No, I've seen Audio Slave. I've never got to see Soundgarden, but I've seen Audio Slave a couple times. They were really, really, really good.
Yeah. Well, when did Soundgarden break up?
98, I think, or maybe 97.
Yeah,
I think 98.
You'd have been what, 12?
Nah, 15.
15.
In 98, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what's your mom's maiden name?
I just want to get to know you better.
Yeah, what if your shirt color with the street you grew up on would be your rapper name, Chip?
Right. On 3, shout out your first pet's name.
Your first pet's name plus the
and what street did you live on when you were in 3rd grade?
That would be your gangster name, Chip.
Your gangster name.
Your first pet, Skippy.
And your ATM pin.
Yeah. Yeah, your ATM pin plus your credit card number.
If you
that's
just
your
take
IQ. Put those together, that's your IQ.
If you just take your credit card number and convert all the digits to the corresponding letter, and then send me that, you'll be saved.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, what's your list of real quick? I want to put it on the playlist.
So What You Are.
Okay.
The Day I Tried to Live.
Yeah.
Say Hello to Heaven.
Yep.
Fell on Black Days.
Yep.
Black Hole Sun.
Okay.
And then the one that didn't make the list because it's not his song was his cover of Nothing Compares to You, the Prince song. Yeah. Dude, so good. If anybody hasn't seen that. And also that's a Prince song. Made famous by Sinead O'Connor, but
I was gonna say, isn't it more? I know it's Prince, but would you say it's more famous for her?
Oh, definitely more famous from Sinead O'Connor. But Dude, so good.
Yeah, no, it's hold on, I'm just putting okay, so I got this playlist all together here. Yeah, so no, it was good. I learned some stuff I never knew about him. I appreciated more kind of like, you know, as an artist and kind of how he built his career is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then how it ended obviously is very sad obviously, but that was so I can't back then when that was like 2017.
When he passed?
Yeah.
Let
Was
me
it
look.
did he go and then was Chester after that or before that?
I think Chester was before.
Yeah. Because then Scott Weiland was in there at some point too, was he not? It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. It really is.
I mean, those are all the guys that we kind of grew up
Yeah, like
knowing.
it's like Vetter. Eddie Vedder's like the only one left from that scene, like front man. You got Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Dude, it's
oh,
crazy.
Scott Weiland was back in 2015.
Okay, so Scott Weiland and then
Well, Lane Staley that was way early, right? That was back in like
yeah, and still
uh,
sad, but Lane Staley I think was it was more easy to see. Well, Scott Weiland too. Both those guys were on such a long downward spiral.
yeah.
It wasn't really a surprise to me.
Yeah, no, it's between Chester and uh, Chris Cornell, those were both big surprises.
Shocks. Yeah, those were shocks to
Yeah.
me. So July 2017, Chester. So Chris was first. He was May. Chester was July.
What is Chris's unaliving pushed him into a spiral? What is that?
Huh?
I don't know. One of these comments.
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway.
So yeah, good stuff. All right. So you'd also mentioned there was some Office.
Well, let's do. I went and looked at the albums that were released in 5, 10, and 15.
Oh yeah.
So let's just do that real quick.
Do it.
2016. So now we're just going to talk about some records that were released 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't remember how far I went. And these are all albums that were released this week of those years. So 2016 on the week of June, whatever week we are, June 10th. Saliva, Love, Lies, and Therapy. Chip, did you ever listen to that?
No, I owned their first record, and that was it.
I never owned any records from Saliva. This is the only other one that made any kind of impact. Diarrhea Planet, Turn to Gold.
Don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. It's just funny sounding. And
It made an impact, all right.
I also threw in some movies because this list gets pretty friggin' sparse. So here's 3 movies that came out that week also. Warcraft. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
It's not bad. Conjuring 2.
Nope.
Central Intelligence.
No.
The Rock and Kevin Hart.
No.
All right. Well, good talk on those. We're going back to 2011 now, Chip.
Bring it back.
There we go. 2011. June 10th. Owl City. All Things Bright and Beautiful.
No.
I'll tell you one thing about that. We wrote the riff to Clocks when we were trying to write a heavy version of that Ladybug Firefly song.
Yeah.
What about Black Veil Bride, Set the World on Fire?
Not a fan. But I honestly haven't really listened to their music.
Okay, what about
the aesthetic?
Oh, you don't like the aesthetic?
Not at all.
You're judging based on looks?
No, I've heard their stuff, but I don't
even know. I couldn't tell you anything about them. So
I also very much dislike the aesthetic.
All right, Of Mice and Men.
Which record?
The Flood.
I don't know if I've listened to that
Is
one.
that a heavy band? Or is that like a folk band?
No, they're a rock band.
Okay, because there's a folk band that's like named something like that too, I think. They sing the
Wait,
song
who?
Dirty Paws. Maybe,
Um,
I don't know.
like I have some Mice and Men on my playlist. I just can't remember.
Okay, so then, yeah, maybe. All right, and then this band, which the singer is in a lot of trouble because he's been like, everyone thinks he's a pedophile. Blood on the Dance Floor. You ever heard of them?
Uh-uh.
They're terrible.
Oh, okay. So I'm not missing
No, yeah,
anything.
the shitty Beatles.
Oh, dude, I was just thinking that. So is it ironic?
No, they
Or-
suck.
Oh, so it's not just an ironic name. Any good?
The movie that came out was Super 8.
I saw Super 8.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but it was like super hyped.
Yeah,
I thought.
super hyped.
Like super hyped. Was it because they actually shot the whole thing on a Super 8 camera?
No, I think it's because they thought it was going to be like a Steven Spielberg kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
they thought it was going to bring movies back to that kind of, magical alien-y,
Yeah.
magical aliens or whatever.
Wasn't there another movie that came out that was like just like it at the same time?
Super 9?
I think it's Super 7.
What's next, Chip? Super 9?
Super 10? Did you say iPhone? And I say iPhone. What's next?
All right, 2006. There were no movies that came out this week that I could find. Albums. Dead Mouse Get Scraped. You ever listen to that?
I don't think so, man.
Don't you go to those big festival things with your lady friend?
I took her to EDC in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I think we saw Dead Mouse, but I don't know, or Dead Mouse 5, but I don't know.
Is that what they're called? Dead Mouse 5?
No, it's Dead Mouse,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's spelled with the MAU 5.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
But yeah, I've seen a Dead Mouse show.
I just put that on there because I know you're big into that scene.
Huge into it.
You got the candy necklaces and all that.
Yeah. I wear the glasses that like light up and shit.
Yeah, and they say like Chip Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay,
dude, it's all about production. Like honestly, I wish that I wish you could go with me to EDC just to see the production. The production is ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
I'd probably hate my life.
Yeah, you would for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That would almost be as fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just mic you up, listen to you complain.
Yeah. Okay, what about the Acacia Strain, Dead Walk? Did you ever listen to them?
No.
All right, I recognize the name, but I don't know any of their music. Now, here's a big one. 3 Days Grace 1X.
Oh, I love that album.
Yeah, I was
love that album.
I bought their hat because we did a bunch of shows with them for that tour. It's a good album.
It's really good. Like I don't know how much you like at first. So I liked their first album a lot. Like I loved their first.
Yeah,
record.
I liked their first album.
Like, and so when I first listened to 1X, it was like different, and I didn't like it at first. But then, dude, that shit grew on me. I could jam that whole album start to finish.
No, there's some good songs. I'm trying to think of the one. There's like a ballady song there that I really like, but whatever. All right, now we're going back to 2001. Blink 182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
I was already like out of them by that point. Like the last,
really?
the last album I got of theirs was Enema of the State.
What was their? That was a big album, was it not this Jacket one?
I think so.
I was never really into them. I really like the song "Damn It" though. That'd be a cool song.
Dude, I loved that song. I loved Damn It. That's what got me hooked on them. And then I bought Enema of the State like the day it came out. Me and my friends were so stoked to get that record when it came out. Like we got it when it came out. And I remember us like going to my house because I had the best stereo, and we like just jammed it. And
wait, is that the one?
That's the one with Adam's song.
What's the one where they do the video where they're dressed up like New Kids on the Block?
I don't know. But it had
that one.
It had What's My Age Again.
That had Damn It too?
No. That was on Dude Ranch.
Okay.
The one after that was the one that I feel like they really blew up on.
Okay, so okay then. So the big song I think off of the Jacket album was
The first date, wasn't it?
"Stay Together for the Kids." I think that was a song.
Yeah.
The Rock Show,
Yeah.
that was big. I don't know anything else.
First date.
Yeah, First Date's on there.
Going on, I just can't wait to take you out on our very
Yeah.
first date.
Yeah.
Is it cool if I don't know what to wear? If I think it's lame to dance?
All the small things.
Yeah, all the small things. That's on Enema of the State.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Enema of the State was huge, dude. It had a bunch of hits.
Okay. So next one, "As I lay dying beneath the encasing of ashes." Did you listen to that?
No, I've never even heard of that.
You never heard of "As I Lay Dying"?
Oh, I thought that was all one name.
No, no. "As I Lay Dying" is the band.
Damn, that's a hell of a. No, I've heard of As I Lay Dying, but I don't know that I've.
Yeah, I've heard of
listened
them.
to
I don't know anything about them. And then Sugar Ray, self-titled.
Do-do-do-do,
Dude, Sugar Ray used to be heavy, eh?
yeah,
Back
that
in the-
album has heavy shit on it.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's the one with
Dude,
all
you
their-
know who else who like? And I'm not gonna say like they were metal or anything, but you know who else had heavy shit on their albums back in the day? It was the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they had rock songs and like the bass player would sing.
Hmm.
And he didn't have a great voice.
I remember someone told me a story in my little podunk town I grew up in. The bass player from Goo Goo Dolls came, and he was trying to be like a big shot. Nobody knew who he was. But that's all like secondhand stories.
Yeah. He may have just mentioned it once.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this guy. He wouldn't shut up about being in a band.
M. Night Shyamalan. Was that the album? That was the one that they blew up with, right? Was it not Sugar Ray? No, it doesn't. I don't recognize any of these songs. All right. Anyway, we're moving on from them. I'm not a big Sugar Ray fan.
Nor am I.
Oh, the movie Laura Croft Tomb Raider, or
Never
Lara
saw
Croft
it.
Tomb Raider.
Never saw it.
Angelina Jolie.
I'm not a huge Angelina Jolie fan.
All right. So we're going to 1996. There was no albums of note, but 2 movies.
Okay.
Eraser, which I think is Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
and Cable Guy.
Yeah.
You
I
like
don't
Cable
remember.
Guy?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, that was like the height of comedy.
Dude, I didn't like that movie when it
You
came
didn't?
out. No, I thought it was dumb, but it's got better now, I guess. But
Yeah.
all right,
I don't remember. I'm sure that I saw Eraser, but it did not leave an impact on me. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it's like a typical whatever.
Yeah.
1991. Skid Row, "Slave to the Grind." Were you jamming that?
What's that?
Skid Row.
No, I never listened to any of that 80s stuff. 80s
I like
rock.
18 in Life, man.
I didn't realize that was them. That's not a terrible song.
That's a good song. The rest I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Totally not my scene. Then an album that's called Lynyrd Skynyrd 1991. I don't know what that is.
Leonard Skinner 1991. I need to look at that because
Let's-
I'm a
let's-
huge Leonard Skinner fan.
Maybe it's like a re-release or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't find it. All right, and the movie was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Kevin Costner. You ever watch that
Oh,
show?
dude, I forced my parents to buy me a bow and arrow because of that movie.
No way.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, I loved that movie.
I saw that movie at a drive-in. I don't remember anything about it. Well, no, I remember one big thing. It had that song by Bryan Adams.
Anything I do, oh,
Everything I Do, Chip. Come on.
I do it for you.
What are you grabbing the bow and arrow?
I'm about to show you it. I still have it.
Yeah. You protect your home with it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. 1986. Genesis, Invisible Touch.
I mean, I remember that album from it like just being on. I think my
Yeah.
dad was a Genesis and Phil Collins fan. One of the few 80s artists that my old man listened to.
Glass Tiger, The Thin Red Line. Dude,
I
the
don't
Thin
even know
Red
what that
Line is
is.
such a badass song. I'm putting it on the playlist. Do you know who Glass Tiger is though?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe it doesn't ring a bell.
They're Canadian, but you would know. I think you would know someday.
Yeah,
Someday I'll be doodle doodle doo.
I don't know.
You can cry over me. All right, anyway, Thin Red Line is going up. Oh, remastered 2012, Chip. Two movies, Back to School.
I think that's Rodney Dangerfield, right?
Yeah, yeah, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Dude,
Dude,
I love that movie. I don't. So, what year did that come out?
that's actually that was 1986.
So I was 3 when that movie came out, but I obviously saw it later.
That's
And
two movies with Matthew, whatever his name is.
Broderick,
Yeah, because he was in Cable Guy too, isn't he?
yes, he is in Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing that movie. That was like the ultimate stay home from school sick movie because it literally was about that. But I always feel like I
Oh.
saw it when I was home from school sick.
Yeah,
Must have always been airing.
I love that movie.
All right,
So good.
1981. There's only one album that I'm pretty sure you're a fan of. Yoko Ono, Season of Glass.
Oh, dude.
You're a huge,
So you know I'm a big fan.
you're a huge yoke.
Yeah. They call us yokels.
They call you yokels.
Yeah, that's what we're the Yoko Ono army.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of her work. She's doing this piece where she goes around screaming, and it's some of the most inspirational shit I've ever been a part
it's
of.
pretty deep.
If you can't
Pretty
watch
deep.
you can't watch it on YouTube. I mean,
Nah,
you
gotta be
can.
there.
You got to be there because you can't really appreciate it. I think it's pretty cool.
Funky bunch. We are one funky bunch.
I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right, here's the movies, Chip. Clash of the Titans. You ever see that?
I have not.
That's like I don't know, whatever. History of the World Part 1. Mel Brooks. Did you ever see that?
I don't know.
Dude, that's got some funny stuff in it. And then you probably heard of this one, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe that's 1981.
My dad took me to see. What year did the third one come out?
I would guess. I think that was 90s. Last Crusade. That's the best one in my opinion.
89. So, this would have been it. I would have been not quite 6. My dad took me to see this movie, and I don't remember like pitching a fit or making a big deal about it because, dude, I was just terrified of my dad. But I remember not wanting to go see it. Like I wanted to see something that I guess was like a little more of a kid movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took me to see this. I was 5.5, maybe. We saw it when it opened, and I fucking loved it. Like, I was so glad that I didn't show my ass about seeing it because I did that before with another movie and liked it, and then I felt stupid. I had to pretend I didn't like it, because so after that I went back and my dad was like, "Oh, did you like that?" I was like, "Oh yeah," and then I had to have a bullwhip and a hat. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be Indiana Jones.
You got a bullwhip and a hat. You got a bow and arrow.
No, dude. When I was a kid, I was the worst. If I watched a movie, like I had to be that person. I mean,
dude, I remember seeing the second one. What is it? Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
that movie scarred me as a kid.
Dude, that movie terrified me. But I went back and watched all of them after like my dad taking me to see the third one. I had to like see them all.
The first two are a little intense for kids.
Yeah.
Because you got that scene where he's taking his heart out.
Dude, that is intense. That's Temple of Doom though.
Yeah. And then you got their face melting in the other one. All right, and I went back one more, 1976, and that was for Chicago X.
So my dad's a huge Chicago fan.
Yeah.
I think by the time you got to Chicago 10, I think at that point
is it called Chicago 10?
Yeah. By the time you get to that point, I think they're starting to do a lot more of the ballads and the love songs. Like Peter Cetera, the bass player at that point, is kind of fronting the band.
Mm-hmm.
And great songs, like very well written love songs, like like this is shit you'd hear in the grocery store today still.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of that sound, but they're obviously very good.
So your dad only does 60s Chicago?
Yeah, my dad only likes the fusion rock stuff. That's like the rock with horns, as opposed to like that love ballady era of Chicago.
So when he does shows and anybody comes up to him, he's always like, "It's only 60s Chicago."
He's like, we're strictly 60s Chicago.
All right, that's it, Chip. That is all the albums.
Nice.
All right, you want to do this last little piece here, Chip?
Yeah. So you want to say why we're doing it?
Yeah.
Isn't it her birthday?
Mm-hmm.
What's the actress's name?
Kate Flannery.
So that's the lady who played Meredith on The Office, and anybody who's hung around us or watched many of these streams has probably noticed that we make a lot of Office references because it's definitely like a favorite.
Well, if you know The Office, you would know the references. But yeah,
that's true. I mean, we do say sometimes, "Oh, that's from The Office."
I think the Funky Bunch is that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut reference,
dude. pretty cool.
That's a deep cut too. But that's like one of the funnier episodes. All right, Chip, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna do our favorite Meredith moments from The Office to close this out. We got 5 each. What's your number 5-ish?
Okay, dude, that's really tough to pick. And okay, so I'm just gonna kind of say like a thing she does because I don't want to pick any one of these, but like the background shit that she does, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like she'll not necessarily be in the key frame, but she'll be like drinking hand sanitizer or like making a cocktail, like straight up cutting up limes and putting shit in the kitchen. Or when the other one was when they tranquilized Stanley.
Yeah.
And Kelsey didn't even notice this until I pointed it out, but she takes one of the darts and squeezes it in her drink because she's always trying to cop a buzz. Yeah. So like that's my I'm gonna use that as like
your background Meredith.
That's my number 5 background Meredith. Yeah.
I don't know about an order here, but my number 5 is when it's casual day and Meredith's wearing that like outfit that doesn't really cover her body.
Dude, that's on my list too.
And he pulls it down and Oscar goes, "Meredith, your boob is out."
Oh, Meredith, where are your panties?
Dude, so funny. Greatness. He's like, "You're all a bunch of prudes." All right, Chip, what's your number 4?
That's
your number 4?
Yeah, because the dude when Kelly ends the scene with the Meredith, where are your panties?
She's like, "It's casual day." All right, my number 4 then is when that's the roast episode where Michael says, "You slept with so many dudes, you're starting to look like one." And that's more like a Michael, but it's Meredith, and
it's Meredith related.
Yeah, that's classic. It's one of the best lines in the whole show. All right, Chip, what's your number 3?
In my experience, guys are way more attracted to the back of you than the front. She's like, boob job, waste of money.
Oh, yeah.
You ask me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's because that's when Jan has the whatever.
Yeah, Jan comes in.
That's a good one. All right, mine is when she has lice, or when Pam has lice and they find it in Meredith. So she shaves her head bald.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Take a picture, it'll last longer." And then Angela says, "We don't want it to last longer." That's a great line. All right, Chip, what's your number 2?
Dude, but from that episode when they go out
Yeah.
And they're like, dun, 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 dun. Like girls just want to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun. And she goes to start singing, and Bam's like, no, not yet. And she's like, I got the bartender's number. That whole scene's hilarious. But my next one is, when she is coaching her stripper son at the bachelorette party,
Yeah.
calling him an entrepreneur and telling him how to give lap dances.
It's so Meredith. We got a lot of new seasons. We got a lot of like recent seasons here, I think. Anyway, mine is the one when I can't remember what the episode's about, but she says that she's never been called a narc.
Dude, that's my number one.
Is it?
Yes.
Dude, it's so funny. Did you write the quote down?
I mean, I didn't write it down because I didn't have time to find the episode, but she's like, Meredith Palmer ain't no snitch. I've been called lots of things.
Yeah. I wrote it down. It's floozy, yes. Alky, check. Einstein sarcastically, you bet.
Sure.
but never no narc. Vomit mop, sure. Floor meat, that's me. Flesh vacuum,
Hoover.
Flesh vacuum high.
It's not. I think it's Flesh Hoover.
Well, I don't know. The quote says vacuum, so
yeah, it's definitely Flesh Hoover.
That's hilarious. That's your number one.
Yeah, dude. And then Pete, stop. That's quite enough. That is quite enough. How come nobody stops her?
All right. Well, then my number one is when she flashes Michael, and he takes the picture, but then on like a seasons, like even multiple seasons later, they're roasting Michael. Actually, it's not the same episode. And she says that Michael hung up the picture with the caption of gross.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway.
My other one that I didn't list because we went past my two. My number two was when, and it's still kind of a Michael one, but when she flops over the hood of his car, when he's like pulling in and he hits her with his car. The way she flops on the hood though is hilarious. Like that scene is so funny.
No, it's that show is nonstop, man. There's people that don't like that show, Chip. Isn't that crazy?
I feel like they haven't given it a fair chance.
Yeah. All right, Chip. I don't got much else on here. Are you doing anything else? Watching anything? Any cool songs? Anything you want to tell people to check out?
Well, definitely if you haven't heard Chris Cornell's version of Nothing Compares, it's really good. It's on Spotify, it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's I think it's in like the Sirius XM studio. I don't know. He's got a cello and a lead guitar with him, and it is just a wonderful, delightful cover.
I think it was at the Sirius because I saw that when I was bringing up the but then I think he also did it as like a song too, because there's a version that looks like it's on like an album.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the same audio.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Sirius XM studio. It is so good.
Yeah.
And I've just been like working with my camera a lot like the last week. And if anyone who's watching, if y'all have seen the videos, like let me know what you think, because I did a playthrough of the Bohemian Rhapsody solo. It's just easy just to do a quick video playing that part. It was like only 45 seconds or whatever if you want to check it out. And then I did a playthrough of Candle, and I've got I got another video finished that I'm probably going to post tomorrow of another playthrough of one of our songs. But yeah.
So are you gonna do one for Chris Cornell?
Yeah, I want to try to do something, even if it's just like like last week it was just a playthrough of the Bohemian Rhapsody solo.
Yeah. What if you do like a mishmash?
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I also was curious for anyone who's watching, and you as well, like I kind of started this subject with you, and I'm not sure how you feel about it, but like I was gonna do some kind of geeky guitar-y videos, and I don't know if people would want to see that on the band YouTube or not, because if you're not a guitar player, some of this stuff might not appeal to you. I mean, watching a guitar playthrough is cool, I think, whether you play the instrument or not, because you can listen to the song and watch how it's done.
Yeah.
But like pedal testing, mic testing, listen, like see how different amps or cabs sound or different guitars. I'm just curious, like if people would like to see that shit.
Well, if they don't want to see it, they can always just not watch it.
Yeah. So you think it'd be good to have it on the?
Might as well. I just had something I was gonna say and I forgot it.
Only want Melissa Etheridge covers.
He wants you to come to his window. That guy's gone, Chip. I got rid of that guy.
Yeah.
Your lover fan.
Dude, you kicked out my biggest fans, bro.
Yeah,
I have like, sure. I got some hardcore fans, like if you know what I mean.
You kept regenerating when I would just put him in a timeout. But
right.
And then once I did a block, he was gone. So I don't really know how that works.
I don't either, dude. I've never.
Oh wait, I think. He could be back, Chip.
What?
Back with a vengeance. Oh man. He's been biding his time. My only thing is, I put on Facebook. I started watching the show Sweet Tooth. Well, I binged the whole thing, but it was pretty good. Apparently, it's based on a comic, which I don't know anything about, and apparently the comic's like super dark.
What's it called?
The show is not. It's called Sweet Tooth. And then I also started watching after that. The show came up called Sweet Home, so I started watching that. I haven't finished it, but it's like a horror. Like, it's Korean subtitled, but it's super gory.
Do you need an Asian fetish to watch it?
Yeah, it helps. You don't need
actually,
one, but it helps.
Actually, yeah. It'd be pretty disturbing if you didn't.
It is pretty crazy. But it's not disturbing. It's just very gory. Like, if you like... what is that movie by... The dude who did the Lord of the Rings? He did like a crazy gory zombie movie. It's that kind of thing. A little darker.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember his name either. You seen Lord of the Rings, Chip?
Of course I have.
You like it?
I do. It took me a long time to watch it though, because
they're super long.
No, like I went to, I don't know if I watched the first one, and then I went to the theater to see the Two Towers like an idiot and fell asleep. And so then I was like, had it in my mind that I didn't like them. And then years later they were playing on TV and I watched the first one all the way through. And then like I got a little bit into the second one and I ended up watching them all three. Like,
yeah,
pretty
long. Yeah.
Like in a weekend.
Brain Dead is the movie I'm talking about by Peter Jackson. But anyway, dude, I went to go see the Return of the King in the theater, and we went to see it the day it came out, but they were playing it like on the Thursday all day, and I think we went to go see it around midnight. And dude, I was getting so mad at the end because that movie has like 3 endings, and it's like 3 a.m. And man, I like that movie, but at the time I was so tired and I was just so annoyed with all the endings. But no, they're all good. I like the Hobbits too, actually. Most people don't like those, but I thought they're pretty good.
I never made it to those.
You never saw the Hobbits?
Nope.
I mean, you might like it. I don't know. if you're listening still, you can subscribe to the YouTube. We're hopefully gonna have more stuff coming out. We just got our masters for the state by state today or yesterday. So those are getting approved shortly. Anyway, that's all I got, Chip.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Appreciate everyone who's jumped into the comment section or is tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. We're on Twitch too, so
yeah, we're trying to get our Twitch up there, but
it's not. I'm not even sure how you do that. Like, I don't really know how you even advertise it, but through other social medias, I guess.
well, I'll probably play games on it or something. Actually, I found a game. Have you ever played Bomberman?
I feel like I remember it, but I don't.
Well,
It's an old game, right?
Yeah, they just came out with like almost like well, it's kind of a battle royale game to begin with. I mean, you all start and it's the last one left. It's like free to play. Maybe we should try and spark something like that up, and you can have 64 people playing if you want. But
would anybody be interested in playing games with us? That's on the chat.
Yeah, some Bomberman, and it's apparently it's cross-platform too. So.
Yeah, we're streaming on. I think we're streaming right now on.
Yeah, we just throw it on.
When you're saying both, is that streaming? Are they asking? Are we streaming on PlayStation and Xbox?
I have no idea, but I know that
because we mainly.
The one good thing about that game is only one screen, so we could play with people that we know, and then everyone can kind of follow it. I'll have to give it a try. But anyway.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now. Oh, what up? Just swapped over to Twitch. Crush up.
Yeah, we need to get our little Twitch stats up, but and I think like we might debut some songs on there. That was actually pretty cool last time we did that. So
on Twitch,
yeah, maybe we'll debut some of State by State on there or something. Anyway,
so I'm gonna post a video tomorrow that I did a playthrough of one of our songs. What time do you think I ought to do it, Kev? We can.
What time should you do it?
Yeah, post it so we can tell people who are watching now.
I'd probably do it on some see, I don't know. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, and one guy that I subscribe to is he always puts his videos out at 9 o'clock on Friday morning.
9 o'clock
really matters.
9 o'clock your time?
Yeah, which is actually 6 o'clock in the morning his time.
Oh, he's California or whatever.
Yeah, Seattle. Some guys put them all out on a special time, but anyway.
Right on.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So I don't know. I would probably do it closer to when people are done work, but I mean people work all different times. So if they subscribe, they're gonna see it.
That and people be fucking off during work watching Facebook and shit.
Yeah. So, anyway. But yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll be putting a video out tomorrow. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook right now, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
YouTube. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night and see y'all next time.
Peace out.